just think they're all good. They all died at the end of last episode.
They must have. Yeah, that's the only explanation.
What actually happened was, well, so a long time ago, this thing called the Vanishing happened, and a bunch of characters set out to solve it, figure out what it was, and stop this Vecna cult from making everyone forget all about who they are and ruin the world. And so all those characters, eventually, they put together a bunch of clues and figured out some prophecy and got a book, and it led them to go to the Underdark, try and find the source of this curse, this disease, whatever it is. And so they trekked through the Underdark for a long time, and a lot of them died. And then a lot more of them died. But finally, they got to the end of the Underdark and defeated a giant brain in a pool that got sucked through a portal. And then they went with some gnomes and found their way back to the Dwarven city, which was also overrun. And so they killed some more bad guys there. A couple of the big bad guys jumped away through a portal rather than stand and fight. And so eventually the party made its way out of the Underdark and back into Emelis, and discovered that who they think is the main bad guy leader was already there and had a siege set up around Emelis. They had gotten a hold of a dragon statue, which apparently is very important, and he really wants it. So... Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Got hold of the dragon statue, and so this big bad guy made time seem to stop somehow, and gave a speech in which very dramatically flopped the dead brain in the street with a loud splat, because he's, I don't know, very theatrical. And let us know that we could meet him outside of town in the graveyard with the dragon statue, and cross his heart, Scout's honor, he would not siege the city anymore and would just leave, and everyone would be fine, because he could take a statue and go off and do the vanishing. And then he gave us some amount of time to decide. It wasn't a lot. And that's, I think, where we were. Is he gave his little speech, he let us resume the normal flow of time, and then left, and is waiting for us to take the statue to in the graveyard, which we're definitely going to just go do. Yep.
Which we know, of course, that's exactly what you're going to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one thing Johnny didn't expect. Oh, you wanted this? Oh, you wanted this statue? Oh, all right.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
Cool.
We're not rude.
Yeah.
We'll give you the statue.
All right.
We didn't know that's what you wanted. Okay.
Yeah, so if well, no, they're updating new characters, so I won't flip over to the city scene yet. But yeah, we're that's pretty much where we pick up. Like, I feel like this episode would start with, like, you know, an overhead shot of the city, and you know, it would be one of those you see the army in the distance lobbing projectiles over the walls, and troops that are moving in sort of that, you know, starting to surround the north, the east, and the west western walls. And, you know, it kind of zooms in more on the city itself, and we see frightened people that are huddled together, some people that are you know, in a tavern, because what else are you going to do? You know, soldiers and city guard, you know, manning the walls, some, you know, return fire at a distance, and then we kind of zoom in on, like, this tower pretty much right in the middle of the city, which is where
What's going on? Holy shoot. You're just taking levels of hit points. Is that what's going on right there? You're not rolling those dice?
I don't understand why it's letting me continue to do that.
Sorry.
So I was like, no, you're right. And yeah, we get to this tower where this group of these adventurers, for lack of a better term, have come out and they're talking to this very old elf, and then we get kind of a replay of the last scene that Josh had just said with the elf, the half elf dramatically steps out, as he said, and drops the brain and shoots lightning and stops time and demands the dragon head statue, and then vanishes into the portal. And then we get like the closing shot of last time with Efilas saying, this isn't really a good thing. This is a problem. And then I'd say we kind of like scene shift from there, where Efilas and I'm assuming party have gone down the tower, and he is like making his way through the streets of the city. And that's sort of where like everything opens up. And I know that we have a lot going on between the time probably he reaches the Citadel, because I believe that Prince Elishu, who is with us for the moment, I think has made a decision.
Yeah.
And I'll let Prince Elishu like start describing that decision.
Now?
Yeah.
All right. So Elishu races down the tower with everyone else. And then when he gets to the street, he says, this is poor timing. But my path is not here. I must return to the Laden Isles and prepare for the Kraken. I need to get my retainers, and we need to return there. We need to prepare for our war. So this is your war, and if we can spare troops, then we'll send them.
You think a Kraken is coming to attack your home?
The Kraken is coming to attack our home. We saw.
And this was the fish dragon you described?
Yes. Those visions were not things that might happen. We know this.
Do you know that if it's already happened? I mean, might you be too late?
Are we able to send a message? Efilas, can you contact somebody in the Laden Isles? Do you know anyone there?
No, I do not.
Do you need help? I mean, I don't know what we can do. What can we even do with armies? I mean, this is beyond us. I guess you can lead. I mean, that makes sense.
I can.
Wigbit is overwhelmed by, like, this is well
army,
beyond.
then I'll bring an army back with me.
That would be good.
But we cannot leave the Laden Isles undefended.
Oh,
Not now. We must convene the packs.
certainly people there are looking to their prince, I would imagine.
Yeah, you can. I guess you got to go lead.
Gone so long. So I need to find my retainers, and then I need to be away.
And Efilas like stops and from his hurriedly walking and looks at you and says, we certainly welcome your return if that one day should happen. But I do understand the need to defend your home.
I hope to return after the Kraken has been killed.
After Farron has been killed? Sorry.
Hey now.
I'm teasing. I think the Farron's not going to die. I think he's going nuts, right? Isn't that what I heard?
What's that?
Isn't the Farron going nuts?
No, the Farron's fine.
Farron is totally fine.
Well.
And Efilas, he says, I understand, and I don't know if there's anywhere that is really truly safe right now.
Maybe I should go back to the swamp. Ah, it's fine. They're fine.
Everybody gets a new character.
Nah, they'll be fine. Nobody cares about the swamp. I care about the swamp.
Is there anyone else in the swamp?
Yes, lots of people.
People?
No. Animals. Creatures.
So, yeah, so, I mean, Efilas says, I wish we could ruminate on this more, but I really do not have time right now. And
Nor do I.
so he says, good journey to you, and hopefully we shall meet again.
Thank you, and I will send word when I'm able.
So,
I guess this is goodbye. Wigbit comes forward and gives you a big hug.
and there's the juxtaposition of you're giving him a hug, and in the distance we hear like this explosion.
Sounded kind of close. I want to wrap that up.
Then awkwardly step back and
Don't let him get you on the way out of the city.
I have no intention of dying today.
Be safe.
He takes out his sword and then goes running off in the direction that his retainers had said that they were going to set up their embassy.
Somewhere in the North Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't the North Ward being bombarded? Isn't that the primary target?
Yeah, more of the Northeast Ward.
Okay.
Sort of behind the yeah. So yeah. So that's
He got his sword out before he ran off.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Why do you think he did that? Won't that make him slower? I don't know.
He's gonna go kill some people.
Wow, it looks like it, right?
cutscene. Prince Elishu charges out the north gate towards the armies. Sword raised high.
He actually going to get his retainers?
Wait a second. How many magic items did he take? Did he get enough?
Let me check.
Oh, God. And once again, the magic item.
I should have given him something. 2? You gotta have 3 at least. Hold on, let me grab you something.
Wait, chases him down.
Hold on, take this. We'll need it.
Take this with you.
You'll need my bag of tricks. Here you go.
Yeah, I've got the gauntlets of hill giant strength and the adamantine breastplate.
Oh yeah, that's a set that makes you what does that make you? Overconfident or something?
I mean,
Well, he already had that. If we noticed.
Yeah.
It's on Elishu, so the curse was pointless.
Right.
That's why he's got the sword out.
It's true.
No, they're like gauntlets of violence. I'm not really sure. They
also like the blood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta soak them.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you're weird. Yeah.
All right, so Prince Elishu exits, and there's like a cut scene where we see Prince Elishu go to the embassy, and there's his retainers there, and one of them's like a diplomat, and she argues that we should remain here as a presence in the city, and Prince Elishu is kind of like, that's not really my decision. I'm heading back to the Dragon Isle. I only know this because Mike and I already played this out, by the way. That's why I'm telling you how this worked out. Yeah, and eventually 2 of the retainers end up going with Prince Elishu, but the diplomat she remains. And
You had 3 retainers?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, he didn't want to overwhelm people with how rich he is. He only brought 3.
I brought 3 because I'm traveling far from home.
Yeah.
Are you upset that it's only 3, or are you upset?
No, I thought it was 1. I don't know.
He's gonna bring only his quartermaster.
Yeah, look,
I thought it was just this quartermaster.
he's got a lot of different stuff that needs to get done.
No, there's the quartermaster, there's the diplomat, and there's the entertainer.
An entertainer. That was necessary.
Very, very, very necessary.
Oh, what a weird dragonborn you were.
Not easy being the prince.
That's just how dragonborn are, aren't they? They're just a sort of wealthy elite.
Yeah,
That's
exactly right.
That's what I think of when I think of
Laden Isles.
dragonborn.
That's what they're like.
Yeah, apparently in this world, that's what they're like. Yeah.
That's what I mean, and you're the only dragonborn I think Wigbit's ever met, so he just assumes that all of them, all dragonborn are just like you. Again, it's Wigbit's small-minded backwater racism that
Gonna just assume every dragonborn he ever meets from this point forward.
Yep, just they're all princes. They all have retainers.
And if they don't, man, they're weird.
Yeah,
What's wrong with that one?
The Infernal Mountains are quite a lot different.
We'll see.
So
now it's me and Wigbit.
yeah,
And then there were two.
So so on, so it's who? Just can we recap? Like we have, are there four of us here?
You, me,
Yeah,
Efilas, Soma. Right.
yeah, Efilas, Alma, Wigbit, and Kel.
Did we bring Schmurf Neblin with us this far or no?
No,
After the portal, we were done.
Yep.
They were
the
gone.
dwarves and the Swerf Neblins were remaining to hopefully finish off the fight against the Illithid. Which cutaway scene, they finish off the fight against the Illithid in time, eventually. Led by the heroic Growlrez and his noble drow friend Caleb.
I wanted to see that like spin-off series like that. I expect that.
Like I want to have early 90s theme song for that.
Are we going sitcom or are we going like 90s drama, 90s like cop show? Like which one?
I think 90s
cop show. Yeah.
90s cop show.
Like
Okay.
the mismatched partners kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to see that too. So that happens on the Queensway here, right here, kind of. The tower was like right here where the two ends meet. Anybody watching would love to make a digitized map of this, by the way. I'd appreciate it, and I could pay you a very small sum to do so.
What's wrong with this?
Well
map is
shaded.
perfect.
I love my map in hand. It's a little harder to manipulate when it's on the screen. So
that's great.
Just saying.
So Wigbit, we should probably get this statue out of the city, huh?
Yeah.
And y'all were talking, so like Ethel's the head of you, and he's got the statue like somewhere in his stuff. And he's like moving hurriedly ahead of you, so you are like talking behind him.
Yeah, like where are you what are you planning to do with that, Efilas? Like we can't let this guy get it, obviously.
He's powerful though.
Yeah.
He says,
Are we just gonna go hide though? That doesn't solve anything.
Well, I mean, it gets it out of the city.
Right.
It may be a solution, but for the moment, I need to go figure out what is going on.
I mean, I think the city is under siege.
Thank you.
Have you been in a war before?
Me?
Any of you?
Oh.
Efilas, has this ever happened in your experience?
To Emelis, no.
Shit.
To parts of Acheron's realm, yes.
All right. Yeah, I think maybe that's a good plan, but
Yeah,
we can see what's going on, I guess. If
I mean, if this guy's blowing up the city because this thing's here.
Well, it wasn't here until we showed up with it. Why is he blowing?
Yeah,
Why are they attacking?
They know they're coming somehow.
I don't know.
And about that time, two other figures. So there's there's quite a few people you see that are moving about hurriedly in the streets.
Where's Bran Stormraven? That's what I want to see.
But about that time, the other two re-entered protagonists who have recently re-entered the city from the east are, I'm assuming, moving down, and I don't know if they're headed towards the library or if they're headed towards the Citadel.
Well, they're pretty close.
They're all headed in, right? They're all headed in that direction, and so a chance meeting, as it would be. So Vale and Prince Elishu, you see Efilas and Wigbit.
So the Farron, right?
And
Mike,
Oma.
Mike, you got to change your name.
Oh, right. Sorry. reading the cue cards. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Farron.
The Baron and Vale. You see Wigbit and Efilas and Oma and a figure you do not recognize. Moving up the street.
The Farron is an original character for this campaign, by the way. The only one who's still here. I mean, I guess Efilas is an original character. He was in the first
He's
episode.
an NPC.
He's
Like,
an
I mean, it's kind of easier for NPCs in ways.
Farron is a legitimate original character.
Say Oma's original too, right? She was in the original scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone else is dead.
Yep.
Super dead.
But yeah, they're moving, ahead of you, and they seem to be having like a discussion. But you can tell Efilas is in a hurry, but he keeps like turning around and talking, and then he like keeps moving forward, like walking with the staff really fast, and then turn around talking, and then and this other figure and Wigbit keep. It looks like they keep saying stuff to him, and he keeps turning around like, I really want to talk about this right now, but I don't want to talk about this right now. And he's still, moving up the street hurriedly.
Farron, is that not is that not Wigbit and Efilas?
Efilas and Wigbit. Yeah.
Come, hurry, and Vale will.
Come on. Yeah.
Spread. That's flying behind him.
Yeah.
Wigbit. Oh, you are alive.
Vale!
And he hugs him.
He comes up and gives you a big hug.
The city is under attack.
I
This is
know
crazy.
you. You're alive.
Where is everyone else?
What
I did
the?
not make it.
And I look over your shoulder at the Farron as he comes. Farron?
I am here.
He is not undead.
What?
Yeah, no, he is alive. I thought he was undead, but it turns out he is actually not dead.
That's amazing. What was it like?
There are worse things than death. Being dead among them.
Seek to avoid it.
Jeez. How you doing? You feeling okay?
I seek the dragon-headed statue.
Yeah, Efilas has it.
Efilas has it.
Yeah. Efilas.
Now that is interesting.
And Efilas had like stopped, not so much at Vale, but when you said the Farron, like he had stopped and turned around and had like a quizzical look on his, quizzical expression, and then he sees the Farron, he's like, and kind of nods. So he stopped walking, and now he's, eyeing the two of you.
Is this so, Efilas?
The statue. He's seeking the
Yes.
statue. So is the. Do you guys know about the wizard, the bad wizard?
The half-elf of Shar must fall. Yes. I know of this creature.
He is very powerful.
He's wanted to be dead.
Are we walking and talking, or are we paused in the street?
It kind of falls. Yeah, I mean, having a conversation at an intersection somewhere.
It'd be good to see his will done.
Oh, this is weird.
Why do you seek the statue, if I might ask?
He requires
The half elf?
no. The half elf must die.
Wait, who requires the statue?
Lord Fraz Urub.
Everybody may make a.
That is
Is that
like,
Arcana or is that?
how evil does that name sound? Is that what we're trying to figure out?
Basically.
Like, Baron turned sides? I thought he was going to be with us. I didn't know he was
initiative.
guys now.
Oh, look, this place hasn't left the city yet, so we can always go get him and bring him back if we need to.
He comes flying out from behind and decapitates the Farron. It was just a fake out.
That was the first ever time in our game where we had a character kill their own character. That was our plan all along. Yeah.
Yeah, has that happened more than once? Have we? Or I guess it didn't.
Characters kill themselves by accident.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you can make an Arcana roll if you would like, if you're interested.
Arcana roll? I'm going to make an insight roll to see how evil that name sounded. I succeed. That name sounded evil.
Did you roll an insight roll?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just going with I succeeded. That name sounded evil.
Oh. Because if you rolled an insight roll, then you'd get something on how he said it.
Oh.
No, you won't. Never mind.
What just happened? Did I roll advantage threes? What? I don't even know.
It looks like advantage threes. Yes.
You rolled
If
two
you roll
ones.
double three, is that an advantage?
You rolled 2 ones.
You rolled 2 ones.
Get him out of the way now.
Wow.
No, I wasn't listening to how you said it. No.
Wow.
You just heard blah, 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 blah.
I just heard evil name. Like you're working for Lord. Yeah. Lord Evil.
Lord, way too many syllables.
And like
Must
the
be
way you
evil.
said it, like was like he requires it. That also sounded evil. Like.
Yeah, it's something about the effect of like the eyes and he requires it and the name. Like,
And you were dead for a while.
yeah,
like,
this vibe is real weird.
So for Kel and for Efilas, though not quite as good as Kel, I will
I was
put
hoping
that out
25
there.
was the target so that Emelis wouldn't get it.
No.
I'll explain it. Don't worry.
Yeah, Fraz Arblu, if we're pronouncing it right, maybe Fraz Arblu, is the demon prince of deception, and the demon lord of illusions are kind of his name. So he is a demon prince, and
that's basically what Wigbit assumed. Sounds like some sort of demon prince.
I mean, that's so obviously he inhabits one of the planes of the abyss, and
Deception.
he does demony things.
The deception.
Deception, yeah.
Yes, the Farron tells me that this Cardon Blue stole his entire village.
And is it in the abyss right now? Like, are you trying to take the statue to the abyss?
I don't wish to take it to the abyss, but if that's what must be done, then I guess that's what I'll do.
Abyss is not. Hey, I'm Hell, by the way. Abyss is not a nice place.
Kel, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, Kel,
I guess
this
you're
is
friends.
Vale and
Yeah,
Baron.
I guess you're friends. The abyss is not a nice place.
Yeah,
Either
and so
way.
like,
No, it isn't. I've spent
yeah,
time.
Efilas has like more of a guarded look all of a sudden, and he kind of gives like Kel like a little like at the corner of his eye, and he says, "Kel is well traveled, and he's has some knowledge of places beyond here.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not fully aware of what it is that you ask.
I have been in the abyss the entire time that I was dead.
You were in the abyss.
I was subject to Lord Froz and his associate. I believe that he has a creature working for him who we have encountered. Where is Rowan or Ravi? They'll know who I'm talking about.
They didn't make it.
What do you mean they didn't make it?
They're dead.
That's not possible.
It's very possible. Like, a lot of people died down there. Vale, you know we went on, like, you know where we were going.
They went down.
You fill
deep
them
into. Well, no, it never really came up. We started out very interestingly when we met.
I'm pretty sure Efilas almost died down there.
He kind of nods.
It could kill anyone.
So what do we do with their knowledge lost?
I have some jawbones. I don't know if you can get anything.
Of who?
I don't know. Somebody took them, and then I ended up with them. The next, I have them. And this is Dak.
Oh, Dak. Poor Dak.
That's a bag. It's a bag, right?
I don't get you.
He's in a sack, I think.
The real
How many jawbones do you have at this point?
Who took them? I didn't take them. I thought it was weird, but they did it, and then like a lot. I don't know.
One of the jawbones is Rowan's.
Wasn't it your character, Mike, that took them?
I mean, originally it was Ravi and Durak who took Rowan's jawbone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then didn't Ravi and Durak both died, so I don't know. I think guys just started collecting
jawbones because it seemed like what people do.
Right. That's what your friends did with Rowan, so it must be.
They did, and I don't know why, but I thought there was like a magic you could do with jawbones to make them talk or something. I don't know.
Can you speak with dead with a jawbone?
I think you need more than a jawbone. I think you need the. I think you have to physically be able to, if I remember correctly. Like there needs to be.
Yeah, you gotta have a corpse.
Oh.
So you just gotta make a corpse out of the jawbone, and then.
That's right. Take the jawbone out of one corpse, put it in the other. Focus on the jawbone when you cast a spell.
Yeah.
Anyways, I had a vision of you two together, and
A vision?
You were running, and there was something chasing you. Did that happen?
Yes.
You were running through the woods.
Yes, it has happened a couple of times now.
What were you running from? I couldn't see it in the vision.
Well, nothing actually. There's nothing there. I was just running very fast because I stole his corpse. That's why I thought he was a zombie when he wasn't a corpse. He was actually alive.
But his corpse was in the moon gate.
No. So it was stolen by a very strange man who I guess what was it? He convinced one of the acolytes there. I'm trying to recall. I know we talked about it.
You're not entirely sure.
Okay.
You know there was a kidnapping involved.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're not sure beyond that. You never got a straight answer on that one.
Right. So yeah, he the very strange man who was talking to the Farron's corpse ended up somehow convincing or capturing this acolyte of the saloon. And there you go. So the corpse went from the temple to the forest where I found it.
Why did you get tipped off that you needed the corpse back, or?
Well, no, not exactly. I was taking the gnome off to an unknown to the sea, so we could bury him where he belongs.
How did that go? Did you?
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. We got about a day out, and the gnome told me about these mercenaries that apparently we had seen up in the mountains, and I decided I should see what they were doing. Apparently, they were in the Vastwood, so I head over there and I sneak in. I use the hat
Nice.
of disguise, and he was a halfling. Thank you, not a gnome. I got too used to gnomes.
Yeah, that's okay.
The halfling, and so I was spending some time there, and they mentioned this very strange man that everyone was afraid of. So of course I went to check it out. And at night I go, and he's talking to himself, and he's talking to the Farron, and doing weird things with the body. And then I confront him, and I scare him away, and then I run. Well, with the corpse.
But so Farron was dead.
Oh, quite yes.
And when did he come back?
Oh, like 2 hours later, as we ran away, as I carried his body through the forest.
He just woke up?
It was quite frightening, yes.
That's super creepy.
I just threw it on the ground. I was ready to fight him.
Now he works for, and I kind of lower my voice. Now he works for this, like, Lord, this.
I do not really understand.
Lord from the Abyss?
I think his like family or some sad thing happened with his village, and this Dark Lord has his family. It is a very weird story. I don't know that I believe it.
Well, regardless, Efilas says he's not getting the statue, and he turns around and he starts moving at a much brisker pace up the Queensway.
There you have it. No, I'll go catch up with Efilas.
Yeah, I don't know what the rest of y'all are doing. It's clear that he's heading towards the Citadel at a rapid pace. Yes. And Alma, it's been pretty quiet the whole time, and she's looking, and she's like, and then she just starts following him, not at quite as quick a pace, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make my way that way. Yeah, I guess we should make sure we don't miss this.
So here's a question regarding jawbones.
All right.
So true resurrection will make a new body for you if you don't have one. Regular resurrection says it will replace all missing body parts. So could you consider everything but the jawbone the missing body parts?
Yeah.
And it will just regrow everything?
I was reading that, and I don't think so.
You touch it.
I think there'd be a limit to it.
How many body parts it can restores any missing body parts.
You just got to go half, right? You got to go 50-50. You got to have at least half of the body.
Because otherwise, there's...
What level is resurrection?
7.
Oh, well, resurrection.
So
true resurrection.
So I think the difference between true and regular is it looks to be mainly based on years. You get an extra 100 years and no negative effects from coming back.
Yeah, you don't have to rest after true. You're just ready to go.
Yeah. So I think
Regular you need. Yeah, because
they both say replaces all body parts.
Yeah, replaces damaged missing organs and limbs, or true can provide a new body if there's just nothing at all. But
so you don't need anything for true resurrection.
You don't need anything. You just need their name if you don't have the body. Resurrection doesn't.
Wow.
It just says you touch a dead creature, is the jawbone the creature, and you'll regrow the rest of the body.
I mean, is it DNA based? Because there's DNA in the jawbone.
Yeah, that's true.
It seems like
magic is DNA based, right? It replicates the.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's really just mastery over stem cells.
Yep.
You put the jawbone into a arcane brine.
You grow them in a tube.
Like Starship Troopers.
Oh, God.
All right, so once one of us get a level 7th spell, we'll make that happen.
We'll figure it out.
We'll start resurrecting all these characters.
I still think that's a true res when we're talking about a jawbone.
That's fair.
I mean, it's a whole jawbone. It's not like part of a
A
jawbone.
jawbone is way more than you need for true resurrection.
Yeah, true resurrection, you don't even need the jawbone. Now you're just carrying it for sentimental reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll just be an extra one once you get the body regrown.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, well, this is a keepsake.
Hey,
Yeah,
here's your jawbone.
If you ever lose your jaw,
Well, we'll make like
Pop
a
this one
handle
in.
out of it for a knife.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Wigbit doesn't know which one is which, so hopefully you guys can tell.
No, take a guess and we'll find out.
Screw them both in the
Just
same
start-
bag.
yeah, just start casting.
That's a good. Maybe I'll send that to Jeremy Crawford's Twitter and see if he answers that one.
There you go. I mean, it's going to be never before we get to that, so it's fine.
Getting a 7th level cleric spell with a 1,000 gold piece diamond or something.
Yeah, we can't even find a 300 gold piece diamond anymore, so
No.
we don't need to worry about it.
Y'all are so rich right now. All the money y'all brought back from the Underdark.
We're rich.
All right. Well,
I'm broke. I have
I
no
guess-
money.
I mean, you're broke. Last time I was here, I got rich.
I have
I was
a
gonna say.
I have a Jeremy Crawford for you. When casting resurrection, how much of a body do you need to count it as a creature? Crawford says
Okay.
resurrection restores any missing body parts, so it doesn't need much of a corpse to work. The exact amount is up to the DM.
There you go. There you go.
Uh-huh.
What you need in this world is how much.
So you've got time to think about that,
I
Johnny.
do. I will ponder that one and see what we think.
Though, is it worth it? Because by the time we can cast it, they're coming back at 4th, 7th level. Like, I mean, we can
Rowan
bring them
used to
back.
be a badass,
Well,
but
they come back as an NPC.
There you go.
The point.
Robbie can go back to work in the jeweler shop
He'll be happy about that.
again.
Yeah, and they can spend time leveling up, and then we'll have a backup character out in the world somewhere.
That's right.
Right.
can we add their levels and make them like
A
some
super
sort of
character.
yeah.
I'll resurrect 2 of them
You
into
just
one.
resurrect them together. Yeah,
Very good.
One.
Like
One
Dragon
half,
Ball
of the jaw,
Fusion.
one half of each
Yeah.
jawbone and fuse them together and then cast
Yeah.
it and see what
there you go.
happens.
Yeah,
Rock and Rowan come back together. And then he'd just be like a shameless self-promoter.
I feel like we're making like abominations or something now,
Right.
Yeah.
or monstrosities.
If
I mean,
this is
I
like,
would-
True necromancy.
I would only agree with that as if Soof and Josh would play that character together.
We can do that.
yeah,
So-
Like Josh would play the Rowan half and
definitely do that.
Soof would play the Robbie half. Yeah.
And we would balance out our sorcerer, warlock, paladin levels. Yes.
Yeah.
we would just do it. We'd just do the whole thing like the improv game, like the one word at a time improv game.
Right, right. The two-headed giant where we say all the words together. That'd be fun. All right, so we're following Efilas.
Now, if Rowan and the Rock got combined and came back, the Rowan half would immediately try to kill himself. Like, I'm not living like this. No.
Rowan's
This is why we don't do necromancy.
That just wouldn't work.
No. I mean, if the Duroc side would have to try and stop the Rowan side from killing that abomination.
That would be pretty awesome, though. Yeah, so you head up the Queen's Way.
So as we
And-
walk, I do want to ask
Yeah.
Farron, like, so can you like what the heck is going on with you? Like what did I miss?
Don't get me wrong, I hate him.
So he took your village, like
Yes. Every person in it except me.
is this before or after I met you?
This was 50 years ago now, at least.
And you just weren't there when you got taken?
I was there. I saw it all happen. My eyes were burned from the abyss.
Wait, so you went originally? I feel like I should have known this the first time I met you. Sorry I didn't ask.
I didn't have my memories.
Oh, right. Oh. Ugh.
I only remembered once I died, and then was encouraged to regain my memories by my torturer.
So 50 years ago, what was his name?
Lord Froz.
Lord Froz?
Yeah.
That's short. That's like the short version of the name, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I like that. So he came and he took you and everyone to the abyss.
Everyone but me, and left me on this world.
And he wants the statue. Did he always want the statue?
The statue must be a way for him to regain his staff.
His staff. He lost his staff.
He had a staff of power that was broken into pieces. And this must be a part of it.
The statue has some magical power that this vanishing, is he just
no, he's
another character?
He's not tied to the vanishing. He finds the vanishing to be a nuisance. I think that if he were to get this, then he would just take it with him back to the abyss.
And then what would happen to your village? Do they just come back and they're happy?
And we would just have to cure their disease.
What's the disease?
I don't know. I couldn't fix it then. I've researched it for years and have come up with nothing.
How long were you in the abyss?
How long was I in the abyss? The whole time that I was dead, I was in the abyss.
So you went back? That was the first time?
That's the first time that I've been in the abyss. It was the second time I've seen the abyss. I saw the abyss that night through the portal, through the gate.
And that's what did the thing to your eyes?
Yes.
Why can you see, though? It didn't...
I don't understand that. I don't understand that myself.
Do you think that might be a bad idea, though, giving him what he wants? Like, seems like...
There's no good here. The good of it is that my village would be released, and so then that would be a good thing to do.
Yeah, but then he gets his staff of power. That seems bad to give
against people in the abyss or creatures in the abyss to fight other demon lords.
Is Kel listening?
Yeah.
Kel, does this check out?
I mean, the creatures in the abyss are generally more concerned with what's going on there than here.
But then why did he pop in and just... He seeks this statue in our world, like, what?
Because it's here.
Because it's here.
I'm kind of with Efilas. I don't think we're going to want to hand it over to...
I mean...
demon Lord F.
We could give it to Frazzle Dazzle and tell this other elf guy here, hey, it's in the abyss, just go get it.
But then you're just like... Jeez, we need
send this guy to the abyss.
But Lord Froz is the real enemy here.
Yeah, so we send this elf guy down, and then whoever comes out of that, we just deal with them, and then we only have to deal with one of them.
But they have a statue then, and it seems like they care about the statue.
Yeah, we cannot stand against Lord Froz.
Well, yeah, that's why we send this elf guy down there.
Are there other super powerful lords in other realms, Kel, that we could get to be on our team?
I mean, we'd have to.
We need a Thor level character or Captain Marvel. Can we?
I mean, we'd have to convince them that it was this. I mean, from what I know, the Vanishing hasn't really touched a lot of other realms yet outside of this one. So, we'd have to make them understand what the situation is.
We need to We need to kill the half elf.
That sounds good. He seems like he'd be tough to kill.
Yes,
Didn't really want to tangle with him. So
By himself.
he also has an army out there.
I don't know what we do about an army. There's just, there's more of us than we started with a few moments ago. But
I cannot survive the vanishing for all that much longer, I don't think.
that's the first key before your village, right? I mean, you got to survive.
That's not true. But if I die, then make sure that my soul dies as well.
How do I do that?
Bind it, do something. Bind it, seal it, keep it from going back there.
Maybe Efilas will know how to do that. Do you have a way of yeah, maybe Efilas can do that.
And Efilas is singularly focused right now, so he's not actually he hears the talking behind him, but right now it's because keep in mind it's also city under siege, so people are
it's his city.
troops are moving through the city, and he's doing his best actually not to be recognized by anybody right now, so his head's kind of down, and he's just doing that fast walk thing as he's moving through the city. So you're sure that he's heard a lot of the conversation y'all been having, but he hasn't responded either in words or in body language at all to whatever y'all are saying.
So the veil was vanished, right? Too. Just remember, and Kel's never been.
Right. So Efilas really seems like he wants to do something with the statue. I don't know what. I think we should get it out of the city, personally, But
then to what end? I mean, we still haven't solved this thing. I thought we were going to solve it down there.
Yeah.
I think...
You didn't?
No, we went down to the source and...
So what did Rowan and Ravi die for?
Well, we killed a giant elder brain. You guys didn't see that, by the way, did you? Did we walk past it? I don't know where.
Yeah, y'all would have seen because it was right in the middle of Queens Way, so it's one of the biggest streets in the city.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, we killed that.
It was awful down there, but it didn't seem to fix things.
I mean, best we could figure, it's a big setback, is all for now. It stopped him temporarily. They might need another one of those. We're not really sure.
It sounds like there's more than one statue too, right?
There should be 3.
Oh, okay. Well, one was already...
There should be 3 and then...
Taken? I can't remember. What did we hear from our gnomish buddy? Or what do we... I'm trying to piece it back together. We knew of at least 2 existing, right?
Right. So, Cebu had one, and then...
and we knew that somebody else had
the one that y'all have now.
Who did?
The one that we have now.
The Cebu's cousin that y'all found in the Underdark. That's where y'all got the one from now. So those are the 2 that you are
currently living characters are aware of.
That you believe that those are what they are. Yes.
But we don't know where the Cebu one is.
No.
Right. I mean, all we know is that half elf took it.
Yep.
After he killed Cebu.
Yep. But apparently that one didn't do it.
So the Farron, there's 3?
There should be 3 if there's 3 pieces of the staff and the dragon head statues are parts of the staff, then there should be 3.
No. We have 1.
So it was a staff of power that...
It's some sort of staff of power. Yeah, it has. He used the staff to change his plane to his will. It gave him control over the reality there.
And
it gave him control over other demon lords that came to his plane.
Evil old half-elf, what do we think is trying to get this staff, or has he got some other plans for this statue?
I don't know what his plans are. He needs to die.
Is there a staff in your book of prophecy there, or whatever it was that?
Oh, good question. I haven't read that in a few minutes.
How you had it memorized?
I did.
But he's been getting hit in the head a lot.
There's a prism.
Okay.
And I thought the dragon head statue was the prism. It did have 3 colors. Black, blue, and bronze, I want to say.
Black, blue, and bronze.
Yeah.
So that would be...
What is this? What is the dragon head statue that Efilas has? What does it look like? Is it black or blue or bronze?
I think they were identical. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
The 2 statues that whatever we've seen are wherever were identical.
Right.
Either, maybe probably got to crack them open.
Well, I think we're not supposed to do that.
Oh.
Are we? We are. I always get that prophecy confused. Whether we're trying to fulfill it or not.
You're supposed to do it or supposed to do the opposite of it. It's hard to say.
I mean, it seems like a lunatic wrote it, but that's probably where it came from, since that's where all the other bits of information have come from.
Yeah, I mean the dragon head statue itself is not. I mean, it looks like. Where'd he go?
Got a picture of it.
I mean, it looks just like that, and that's what it looks like. So I mean, yeah, maybe it has a little bit of a bronze tint to it. You definitely really don't see like any blue in there.
Some black shading, but
a little black shading, yeah. But yeah. Here, I'll copy that and move that over here. There we have it. No, the dragon is attacking the city now.
We're good. Well, I guess we're done then.
Yeah, but so about that time you reach the gates of the Citadel here, and the guards kind of come up and they see like Lord Efilas, and Efilas like raises his hand at him as in like just open the gates, and so they like pull the gates back, and and he comes in, and then like they look at all of you, and then they kind of do one of those like, and then they look at Oma, and they kind of nod at her, and then they look at Wigbit, and they're like, yeah, that's the frog man, yeah, and but they're looking at the others like
the Farron's
Farron should be.
That's an original.
Well, it's been a little while.
It has been a while. These guys might not have been around.
Yeah, so like I said, they're all. But then like Efilas like moved in, and he turns around, he just looks and he says, "Come on," and turns around, and just walks. And so the guards give that look like, and then they kind of just step out of the way and like hold their hands out, like, "Come on in." Yeah.
He's a lord?
Efilas?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. I assume you're royalty. I'm.
What? Me?
Everybody else was.
No. Is anybody else lords?
I'm Lord of the Swamp.
Okay. I don't know. There's so many lords around.
Lord of the Frogs.
Or is it God of the Swamp?
It depends on who you ask, The
Lord of Thunder, or is it yeah. So he goes in, and he immediately takes a right and heads over to the building that's over here, which Wigbit and the Farron and Vale made a trip. Yep. 3 of the 4 of you would recognize as where the room of collection is. Then he comes to the door and again the guard. There's a couple guards that are there, and they, step aside. And he goes in and goes down a fairly lengthy passageway, and there's some rooms off to the side. And he walks past those. He gets like this main sort of antechamber, if you will. The Farron remembers this from long ago. This was where he was first introduced to the Vanishing by Bran Stormraven quite a while back now. But he proceeds through that and goes down like a central hallway. And there's a door ahead, and you don't see any guards. And he walks up to the door, and he says Istia, which, again, some of you may remember, but that's what he says. And you hear a click, and the door opens, and he opens the door. And so when he walks in, and y'all are a little bit behind him, and you see him when he walks in, he kind of stops, and he's standing there, and you can see there's a slightly older, maybe early Middle Ages man sitting at the table, and he's got plate armor on, and he's sitting there like this, like staring at, just like there's papers just strewn in front of him, and he's just staring. And so when the door opens, he doesn't even look up, and he says, "You finally," and then he looks up and he sees who it is, and he stands up, and y'all recognize, if you met him, this is Bran Stormraven, and he stands up, he's like, "Where in the hell have you been?" And Efilas says, "Well, it's nice to see you too, Bran." And so they come over and they sort of have a reunion, and then he kind of looks past and he sees the Farron and Vale, and he says, "Huh, I thought you had left the city for good."
No, just for a time. By the way, I see that you found that army I talked about.
Found what?
That army I talked about.
Indeed. Well, I have not, but Wigbit?
Yeah.
You're still alive?
Somehow.
Where's Rowan?
Dead.
Oh. That's why I couldn't see him. Where's Robbie?
Dead.
Duroc?
Dead.
Well, come on in.
I think the reason I survived is that I almost died and I wasn't there to fight. But they all went down together.
Well, you're here now.
Yeah, and then this is Kel. We met Kel down there.
Kel, huh?
He's I guess he's the new guy.
And Bran's sort of looking, you can tell he's looking at your weaponry. Huh. Are you here to fight?
Not sure.
No. It's shoulder slump. Right.
Do you mean fight the war?
I don't actually know. I just mean fight.
He fights.
Yeah, I can fight. I was kind of thinking maybe I don't know, leave with the statue and get it out of here. But that's a whole big conversation.
The statue. Wait, statue. I've read about that. So he starts shuffling through some papers on the table.
Yeah, it's the bit about the. Oh, where is it here? And then. Oh, I don't know. The dragon head. Yeah, it's not what they think. What anyone think. It's the prism. It doesn't say it's the prism, but just says the prism. Yeah, the prism is the key. It must be destroyed to make the world forget. So I think we're not supposed to destroy it. the prism of light can it be? And it explodes, darkness everywhere. Yeah. Do you want me to keep going?
No.
Okay.
Like as soon as you started talking, he kind of stopped looking at you and clearly stopped listening. And like he's looking back at Efilas now. You know, he's talk amongst yourselves.
Wigbit goes on about the different bits, and he doesn't get to pick up on the signal that nobody's listening anymore. He just
reading the book.
Just reading the book, and like bronze and blue, and can it be? And yeah.
And when you like take a breath in between something, Efilas goes, Bran, what is going on? And Bran well, the army, and he looks at Vale, nods his head.
Yes, there's an army in the Vastwood. They are the same people who were in the Dragonel Mountains. We met some of them. They were very rude when we went and fought Minori and the half-elf and tried to save Cebu, right? And it turns out for whatever reason they decided to gather into the Vastwood, and now they are at our doorstep.
So that's the army, Bran says. And Efilas says, well, yeah, but what's the rest? What else? And Bran says, well, I'm here trying to figure out the vanishing because you haven't been here. And Efilas like, I didn't want to be gone as long as I was, but there were pressing matters. And Bran says, and I clearly see you have not solved the vanishing since, well, it doesn't seem to have been solved, and the number of vanishings has increased astronomically in the last few weeks. So either you were super successful and had a terrible side effect, or you weren't successful at all and you've made it worse. And Efilas says, well, I don't think we solved it, so I don't think it's the former. We're still a little unsure. We've met some folks that we think are definitely involved. But yes, that's why I wanted to. Why are you here? He looks at Bran and not out there. And Bran says, well, I've been assigned here. This is where I was put. And Efilas gives that old like, you're something you're not telling me. And Bran just says, so the politics of the situation have gotten in the way a little bit. And the king doesn't really want me in his presence right now. I may have said a thing or two that I shouldn't have said about the way he was handling things. And so he told me to go work on the vanishing. And he's got his retinue that's supplying him with all the advice he needs on how to manage this conflict. And as you can see, they're handling it very well. So that's why I'm here, and he points at the table, trying to figure out things I don't understand. So I'm glad you are back. And hopefully this statue or whatever is what we need to solve whatever it is we need to solve. And Efilas says, I don't think we've solved anything. I think we've just we've run into more clues, more. It sounds like prophecy. He looks at Wigbit. Seems Wigbit is yes.
Yeah, and there's this bit here about, and like insert a little something there. And, yeah.
So
the angel died. We do think the angel died. And that part we can check off.
And you see everybody can feel, even if you don't know who Oma is really, you can feel her like stiffen a little bit.
Oh shit! I forgot. No, I forgot she's in the room.
Yeah.
Yes. And wasn't there a purple ring around Emelis? Didn't somebody see that?
These are minions of Shar.
That wasn't. Who saw that?
Minions of Shar?
Oma nods her head.
Or are these minions of Lord Franz?
The purple ring, we believe, is suggestive of Shar.
Yeah.
And out of character, Johnny, like this army, was this the original army that we saw in the mountains? That we like that first time we.
You're not entirely sure actually, because
not that I would know character-wise, but.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, the only person who might be able to answer that question is Vale. And that'll depend. Yeah, because y'all aren't sure about. Well, I mean, I guess that'll be up for Vale to figure out.
Yeah, well, I mean, and Vale, to Vale's knowledge, Vale said, they traveled from the Drakenel Mountains to the Vastwood.
Yeah,
and so he's making the suggestion, or he made the suggestion earlier that yes, this is same people that were in there are now attacking the city from the north.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and so why were you asking that question?
I'm just I'm just trying to put it together. I'm trying to put pieces together, like how this is all connected, and because I'm trying to remember that original that when we got locked up, right? Like, like
right.
Who were the characters that were there? I know there was the guy with the armor, the drunk, like ish guy
with like that half wearing his armor
that Rowan talked about a lot. And like, so the Farron, I don't know what your memories are of that, because you were actually his character was there. Yeah.
The Farron remembers all of that.
The one with the armor is not a minion of Shar.
He's not?
I don't believe so. I believe that he is in league with Lord Franz. I think he is who I need to give the dragon-headed statue to.
So we're in between some struggle between two super evil.
There's no
bad guys
here. The followers of Shar are but a nuisance to Lord Franz.
But the Shar is the vanishing, right? Franz isn't the vanishing.
No, Franz is probably the real enemy, the real problem.
No, the vanishing is the problem. I'm going to disagree.
Yes, I would like to remember.
It's killing me.
And that, yes.
And yourself.
Yes.
As best we know.
It's an immediate problem, but I think that the main problem hasn't even emerged yet.
Okay, well, can we not... Can we do
Let's try to focus, yes. We'll try to focus on one at a time. Let's start by getting all our memories back and not being killed off in these clutches. And that would be a good start. We can deal with, I guess, fighting the abyss maybe second.
Yeah, that's going to take a little more doing, I think.
We can't fight it.
Perfect, then we don't need to. Then let's just do the one thing.
No
Farron, you're kind of like making me depressed with all your, like, I guess, all right. Just easy, man. I just got back. I need to rest. I'm still like bloodied, I think.
Well, to Kel's suggestion, what are we going to do next? Obviously, this army is here. Whoever it is from does not matter. They want the statue. If that statue will help us to solve the vanishing, of course, no one can have it. So what do we do?
Yeah, well, we can't take it to the cemetery and give it to the elf.
Ooh.
Can't do that. That's what he wants.
All of that sentence sounds bad. Yes.
Yeah, that's what he
run out of a city under siege to a cemetery.
Yeah, that's his demand, is that we go there.
Wait, but isn't... I got the impression that was his army.
With the one out there?
Didn't he? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been. Didn't he say like this was his army?
He said. I mean, I can.
Yeah. Sorry, it's been a few weeks.
His words were. Hold on. He says he said this is not the end collectors. If you believe this was our only conduit, you are fools. And was it worth it, your losses and this? You are no closer than you were weeks ago, and now you risk destruction. Give up the dragon head statue, and this can all be avoided. You have until dawn to deliver the statue to the cemetery.
So it was implied that it was his army.
It's open-ended enough to be like, give me the statue, and I mean, we all know it doesn't fucking matter. Like, excuse me, it doesn't matter. Like, giving him the statue is bad news bears, and it's not going to solve anything.
Right.
In and out of character.
Number one is don't give him the statue.
Right.
But I feel like number two is don't give the Farron's buddy the statue.
I think that's a pretty fair number two.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm giving you shit.
Efilas is like started like organizing stuff as he's listening, but Bran is like standing there and as y'all are talking, he says, so we're working under the assumption then that army out there belongs to this half-elf fella y'all are talking about.
Yeah. Maybe.
And from what I've gathered, you're saying this half-elf fella belongs to this Shar creature.
Yeah.
I think it's a god.
A god creature, whatever. So this is Shar's army that's out there.
That's what I thought the half-elf implied.
I mean, it seems to be connected to Minori, so whoever Minori was connected to, maybe.
Should we just like ask them who they're like? They should know who's in charge, right? If we asked one
from somebody from the army,
I
mean,
I don't think they're going to accept our couriers.
Well, no, but you don't have any of them. Like you didn't capture. Like, doesn't that?
Well, no, in Vale's.
Like, where do these people come from? What's like, where do they? Are they just people of the world? Or are they like they come from another? You don't just make people out of nothing.
In Vale's few days as a spy with them, did we get any mention of? I mean, I know you. I'm trying to remember if we had any mention of like why we were, rather who we were there for. So I kind of got, why we were there. And obviously we are seeing that now they're attacking. But was there any mention of like any higher power, anything that would have triggered? I don't remember from our communications, but obviously we didn't play out all 2-3 days.
So this will be one of those times that y'all need to talk as players while I go look back through 175 emails. So I'll be back at one.
You don't need to do that.
Well, no, I think it's an important question, and I think I know the answer, but I want to make sure I give you the right answer. Okay. I know where to find it, so it won't take me that long.
All right, sounds good.
So let's look at this prophecy, right? Can we like
easiest way to burn time?
Can we check off, right? Like things that we know have like happened and we're like.
Well, you said you fought an Illithid, yes.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Good. Is that in the prophecy?
A really big one.
No, I don't think it was. The purple rings were associated, but.
I thought I'm pretty sure there was an Illithid colony.
Oh yeah, there was an Illithid colony. Yes, the Illithid colony. Isility, yes.
Yeah,
perfect. There's another check.
A place of darkness, no light, Illithid city.
Yeah.
Colony.
We were there.
For all underneath it has to be. That's And then an angel, those wings, majestic. I thought that was her, but it's actually
Yeah, we saw that angel.
So this whole page, I think, the permanence requires a conduit. We still think that they're looking for the conduit.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and he said they have another one.
And is that what these prisms are? These dragon heads? These are the prisms? Because it says the prism is the key. It must be destroyed to make the world forget. The prism of light, can it be ... question mark? The dragon head isn't what they think, what anyone thinks. The prism.
Is the dragon head the prism?
They were a part of it, maybe. If there's 3.
was Cebu, the prism, right? These people.
We thought it was people, yeah.
Right.
But we thought they were the conduit.
Yeah,
Is the
people
prism
were- yeah.
the conduit?
I thought people were the conduit.
Oh, so what other conduit would they have?
Well, they have Gerelda. She's the stone that wouldn't break, right?
They do still have Jerome.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the Tinkerer, we think, was Cebu,
How-
maybe,
How
or
did they get Gerelda?
yeah. There were these little brain creatures. They were awful.
Down in the Underdark?
Yeah, they were like these little brains with legs, and they'd run up, and that's what got me.
And they came to the surface and got her.
No, we took her down. We captured her.
What?
We were supposed to, right? Aren't we? The imprisoned hawk.
You took her, a barmaid, to the Underdark?
Yeah, it was, I think, to protect her.
It does not seem that worked out so well.
I would.
And like Efilas at that point,
Yeah, I
like just
can't
raised
disagree.
hand and said it wasn't one of our better moments. Let's move on from that.
But we did capture, and so I think we're fulfilling the prophecy, which is, I think, what we're supposed to do. Or maybe no, right? We're not supposed to do that. Anyways, that part didn't go so well. That there's no way what happened with that was good. But we did kill the big brain in the in the colony.
Well, then there you go. This is one more check.
And the angel died. Sorry. And we have a dragon head. We have a prism.
One of
But
three.
we're still. Yeah.
Man, this is not good.
The
If I knew who
tiger.
the others were, I could steal them for you, but that is a problem we have to solve first.
There's the tiger, the battle axe. And we know the elf.
Didn't
The bronze scales, that happened. The exploding bronze scales.
Yeah.
Do we know about the hand missing 2 fingers? Did that happen?
Efilas looks up and says that's, or actually Bran would say that's probably Chamali.
Chamali has a hand missing 2 fingers?
Well, he did.
Not dead.
And then the human woman wielding the battle axe. We saw her once, right?
Did we?
yeah, was that Minori?
That was the assumption.
Yeah, I think that's what we were. Yeah, I think that's what we were assuming was that Minori was the battle axe.
And so this was Vale. You think this was her army?
Minori's, yes. Thinking back, as I recall in the chat, yes. I remember I was talking with a rather gruff man who mentioned Minori, and there was this strange, horrible man that was torturing the Farron's corpse, and he mentioned our prince. I think I didn't think about it at the time. So I don't know if maybe this army belongs to the Farron's prince of deceptions.
The one who was torturing you was a follower of Lord Fraz, you think? I mean,
It should seem so. He mentioned our prince as if you two shared it.
one with the mismatched armor.
Say again?
Do you think that he is also the one with the sideways armor?
No, he was not wearing much of anything when I found him.
What was he wearing?
I think it was like tattered clothes. He was missing a boot or a shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He seemed very crazy.
So wait, this army. You say it's. I can't follow. You think it might be Minori's, but like we're pretty sure with the vanishing, the Shar, but then you also maybe it's not with Lord Fraz and
I could not tell
the
you
Abyss.
unless she was playing, both sides.
So how did you come to know all this? You visited the army?
Yes, I spent a couple of days there just trying to figure out what they were doing.
Just in the army?
Yes. Yeah, it seemed like a bad thing to have the army moving from the Drakenhouse to the Vastwood. So I sneak in, spend a few days there, listening and understanding and chopping wood. And I learned some things, and then I find the Ferrin.
Jeez. And the people didn't seem to know, like they weren't all a bunch of, like, where'd the people come from? Were they just...
Yeah, they were coming from the Drakenhouse, as far as I know.
Just people of the land? I mean, who was...
They were people.
Why were they in the army? What were they fighting for?
I could not tell you. Money, maybe. Maybe something else. I mean, they seemed unhappy people. I can tell you that much. Yes, I am remembering suddenly the Ferrin. This man, he was a half elf, I think.
No.
What?
He wasn't half elf. He was kicking the half elf.
Oh, kicking half elf. Sorry, that's right. Right, I probably should read this. Yeah, over his eye, he had a tattoo of some type of axe. And he was wearing tattered robes with red skulls on it and small shards of metal. Have you met this man?
I haven't.
No, I mean the Ferrin. Have you met him?
I'd be curious to hear his voice.
It was raspy.
Raspy how?
It was like a raspy voice. I don't know what you mean, raspy. It sounds like it has a rasp in it. Maybe he smokes.
Does that sound familiar? Yeah.
Like Soof trying to do an accent in an accent. Let's do more of that. Vale, can you tell us what Rowan sounded like? Vale do Ravi doing Rowan.
Oh no. But yeah, Mike, you asked if that sounded familiar.
But
My interrogator.
I mean, your interrogator had... there was no, like, discernible feature to the voice.
Okay. It was just sound.
It was a voice. So this, well, our scouts, after they looked at the Farron, y'all came back from the Drakenel, said that army that was there was no longer there, but the collectors had reported that they were the Lost Eagle clan, and so if that's the same army that's moved north into the Vastwood, I did not get the impression from either your reports or even our own scouts that the army that approaches from the north now was nearly the size of, or the Lost Eagles were not nearly the size of the army that approaches now from the north.
Mm-hmm. So there are supplies from the ocean. People coming from the ocean.
Coming from somewhere. I mean,
but they are just like normal people, right? Like they're not. They just. This is just like the next village. Like wasn't Bran concerned about armies from the south? Like wasn't that?
Well, yes, that is a problem. And he kind of looks at Efilas and he says, "Yeah, you've been gone a minute, haven't you?" Yeah, so Alinar has been under attack, as well as the armies across the Centrasa desert. So Veleus has clearly invaded us from the south. Now, who invades us from the north, I'm not sure, but
I mean,
we're openly at war now. Which
Are
is
other realms coming to your aid?
not yet. The vanishing appears to be hampering aid efforts in some ways. That I would have a more full understanding if I could be there. He says to no one in particular.
It's to the king. We all know it's to the king.
Yeah, when he said it, his body had kind of turned in the direction of the castle, you noticed. But yeah. He says, yeah, so that's, yes, this is, us being under attack is not surprising. The direction of the attack right now is more the surprise, at least from where I sit. You'd have to ask the King's Council what they are surprised by. I'm no longer on speaking terms with them. And Efilas says, well, he kind of straightens the papers up. Maybe we should go talk to the king.
When you say we, do you mean like you two? Or all of us?
Well, he looks at Wigbit and Kel and says, you came out of the Underdark with me. Yeah. Is the king really going to be able to do anything about us? And he taps his staff on the floor. And Bran gives Efilas a look, and it's that look of clearly like, damn, I'm impressed. This is not the Efilas that I knew when you left a month ago.
Let's go meet the king. This will be...
Oh, sure. I do not mind going inside of a palace.
Do I need to put on a shirt?
Oh, should I put on the shirts? Yeah. Yep. I mean, Vale's just wearing, sailor's pants. That's it. He's got his pack and some pouches.
He says, I do not...
Oh, and I guess a bow.
A bow, yeah.
Off his back.
I guess we should report.
Pretty nice bow.
Bran says, friend, I do not know what good will come of this, but, and he kind of like straightens up and he reaches over and he's got like this two-handed sword resting against the wall. He like picks it up and puts it over his shoulder and says, it's been a few days since I've been insubordinate.
Well, we're heading that way, huh?
What time is it?
It's like 1 a.m.
Yeah, we don't have too long here.
Do you have a better idea?
No, I mean, we can go chat with the king, but we just gotta, we probably need to figure out what we're doing, before, somewhere around dawn, if.
Would you, do you have other errands you think would be of use to run in the city? As I said, I don't know if anything good is going to come of this. And he looks at Efilas. I'm not sure anything good will come of this. Maybe we are just wasting time. The king is sort of in his own way right now, if I may say so. So yes, we could be wasting precious time. Efilas like, well, I don't have any better solutions. Or any solutions to start with.
We really don't know what happens, right? If we don't hand over the statue, he just kind of made vague threats.
I mean,
he did push a brain out of a portal.
Yeah, he uses it to do something terrible related to the vanishing.
So you're just thinking we shouldn't be here by dawn? Is that, do we just kind of let Emelis deal with it, or do we want to stick around and see? And I mean, Efilas, I know, is not going to want to just take off.
I mean, if it were me, I would get this thing as far away from this city as I could, and I would let him know that it's gone. So if you're going to stay here and siege the city, then you're going to get in a battle for nothing, because the thing you want's gone already. So,
but where do we go? What do we trust?
But that's what I'm thinking is if we're gonna get it gone, then the longer of a head start we can get on this guy, the better. If he sits, if we get from now till dawn to get this thing away from the city, and then somebody goes to meet with him and tells him, "Hey, we got it out of here 6 hours ago. If you want it, go get it." That gives whoever's taking it time to get farther away before
Where
they
do
get
we
chased
go?
by an army.
Where is the next place that we need to be?
I don't know. Do we need to go back to the Astral Sea?
Go back to the Astral Sea?
You did tell me you thought maybe you could go back there, right?
That's the only place I know of that we thought
Yeah, we saw it on the other end of
was
a portal.
tied to it.
Yeah,
The Astral Sea?
yeah, they jumped through a portal at one point, and that's like when they took the brain away. The other end of the portal they jumped through was to the Astral Sea.
Well, and the Farron, we went there and
We didn't.
well, Rowan and I honestly have no idea who else was there.
Bran, Rowan, Efilas, Wigbit, and Robbie.
Yeah.
No,
No. It was Graham at the time.
Nope.
It was the half orc.
Yeah, because Graham got
Anyways,
stuck in the woods.
We like
Rowan, Duroc went.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Duroc, yeah.
we went into the, I guess you call it the sea, and it was like a temporary treatment for the vanishing. Like everything just came back.
That sounds good, but you're saying that this elf it came from the Astral Sea, or rather took the brain there.
He's been using a lot of portals to get around.
And you want to go to his home, even though you don't want to face him.
He's not at his home. He's here.
Well, that's the only
correct.
place I can think of to go. I mean, we could go hide in the swamp, but I don't think we're going to solve any problems there. I mean, we could go back to the Vecna Temple. I don't know if there's any stones left unturned there, but
I mean, we go to the Astral Sea and what? We try to find his house and rob him.
no,
That is kind of what they do, but
we just don't have any other leads. I mean, what do we got? We got visions of a kraken. We've got visions of a tiger. We got
Kraken.
Kraken?
there's some towers. Anybody know where these towers are? Like,
Towers? No, but the Kraken, you say?
yeah, that's the fish dragon. I don't.
Oh,
that's
yes,
what he
they are.
described it as.
Quite terrifying. I've never seen one, but still, it's
Yeah,
heard
that's
tales.
we
One
we
filet
met
Niles
a
right now.
dragonborn that
Any recollection on any of those?
On what?
Generally, in what, like, just
My
you.
seafaringness.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, roll.
Because that's like the one thing I'm gonna have any memories on.
ooh.
Nope.
No,
I don't know. There's plenty of islands out there. There's so many islands.
right.
Yeah.
Clearly, you've just never been to those.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we could run and go help fight the Kraken, but again, that's not solving the vanishing. The only thing I can think that's tied to it is this half elf and this Astral Sea. I mean, what else do we got?
And then
And like I said, there's the towers. Does anybody know what the towers are? Where are they? Here, I can't remember. Towers with purple rings around them. Towers vanished. Blank space. A void.
I think Kel has already. I feel like that was. Hold on. Was that already mentioned? Maybe. Maybe not. Kel, make an Arcana roll.
The towers are crashing. Her towers are crashing down. Her towers.
All things considered, that's pretty good considering.
That's a good roll, yeah.
I'm inspired to know this.
Oh, okay. I like it.
You are inspired to know it.
Smoke 'em if
Thought
you
you
got
rolled
'em.
another one. That's
I think we've talked about that before, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere I know we had this conversation, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was an in-character conversation. It wasn't an out-of-character.
Yeah.
I know that Kel had mentioned this somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, when Wigbit says like towers and purple rings and things like that,
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I.
And what about Milan? Has anybody seen Milan?
Who's Milan?
He's the crescent, the blue crescent, I think. The part about the crescent, I mean, he had crescent blue in his hair, right? I don't know. I don't think I ever actually, I didn't meet the guy. I just heard about him.
no, you met him.
I met him, okay.
Yeah.
I remember which character that was.
He has blue hair, so he may be the blue part of the prism. He may be part of the conduit.
Well, and there's the crescent blue in the prophecy too. The crescent blue streak of moon. Why? How can blue remain in darkness? So the blue has to survive, outlast the darkness. How does a moon burn? What sedition? That part.
So we find this man and try to protect him, like you did Geralda.
Yeah, but better. I mean, the Farron. Supposedly, all of these people they were searching for were all vanished on the same night. I think he was one of those originals with the Farron and Oma here. Anybody else left from that group? Why did we...
Blendith is dead. Sibu's dead. Geralda's gone. Oma's here. Milan is missing at the moment.
And of course, Rowan, Ravi, and Selenar.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Farron was gone and is back.
Yep.
Don't know what that counts as.
Yep. Why did we think the half-elf was, what part of the prophecy did we think that was tied to? I know we thought it was something.
What part of the prophecy?
Josh, wasn't that that was one of your theories? This half-elf, you thought we had to
What about
protect him? Didn't you? You thought that the half-elf needed to be protected?
Josh thought Efilas was the
halfling.
half-elf.
I'm saying the wrong word. Halfling.
Oh, okay. All right.
Rowan thought that he insisted that the halfling could possibly be mentioned in the prophecy and needed to be guarded just in case.
Which is why he's off to sea.
Which part of the prophecy was?
We thought, or maybe I don't remember what the basis for it was, but for something made Rowan think that this guy could potentially be a conduit, and he needed to be somewhere he couldn't get caught.
Yeah, the theory was that because he was being tortured in the keep where y'all rescued him from,
Right.
that they were trying to turn because y'all saw the same thing happening to Sibu as well. So then that was the reason for that theory. And so Vel took him away and protected him.
Yeah. I'm sure he's fine.
So, wait, what was the part? You said something about some towers?
Yeah, the towers, her towers crashing down, her towers channeling darkness, making the world forget. I thought somebody said Shar was a girl. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are supposed to be in the Astral Sea somewhere. Her
There
tower,
you go.
yeah, her towers of. Like,
Towers with the purple rings around them. The
Yeah.
towers, something vanished.
that would be.
Black space, a void, a void.
Yeah, this does not sound like a good place to go.
No, but I mean, where is? I mean, again, we can go to the swamp, but that's not going to solve things.
No, it makes sense if Shar is connected. That, I mean, as we clearly know, she is. I mean, one of her domains is forgetfulness, memory wipe. I mean, it makes. This is Efilas speaking. It makes sense.
And Kel, you said that her towers are in the astral sea.
Yeah, they're supposed to be in the astral sea somewhere.
And she is there as well.
Could be. I mean, she's she can travel, of course, but I mean, she's a goddess.
So we are going to go steal from a goddess, maybe while she is home. This seems like it is worse than fighting the elf in the graveyard.
Or the army, says Bran.
I think I would rather take the army over these other two choices.
What can we do against an army, though? There's just do some counting. 9 of us. I don't even. He guesses. He probably is off by 1 or so. Well, there's just like 9 of us.
And you're going to infiltrate the home of a goddess?
I wasn't saying that. I was just saying we go dig up some clues. Be like, those investigator folks.
I mean, I would not mind taking a dip into the sea, but if it really helps with the memory.
It does. Immediate.
And so what? Do we take this statue with us to the astral sea and hope nothing horrible happens to us? Or we leave it here with Emelis with his army trying to get it, as well as the elf?
I think leaving
I
it
don't
here
know.
is a good idea.
I don't think taking it to the astral sea is a great idea either.
No, we don't want to deliver.
We don't want to deliver it to Shar. We could leave it at the Hermitage.
I thought everybody was gone from your. Or did you go to the Hermitage later? Were you like. The village wasn't your Hermitage? It was.
No, I went to the Hermitage after the village.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Is there
Is
anything,
there a place? Oh, go ahead.
about a mountain in your prophecy?
Mountain.
Not that I recall.
I don't recall anything.
All right, well, some people say that this tower is on top of the biggest mountain in the astral sea.
Oh, so it should be easy to find.
Yeah, and some people also think that there might be an easy way to get into the Shadowfell from near there, since she's kind of, she created the Shadowfell, supposedly.
She created the Shadowfell?
According to some lore, she created it. Yes.
Jeez.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds impressive.
Yeah, she used to live. Again, some of the lore suggests she used to live on the plane of shadow,
Are there any
but now resides in the astral sea.
ancient heroes that we could bring out to help?
Guardians, you might say?
Anybody know of any?
Maybe we need to seek some guardians.
I feel like
instead.
there like some group of individuals that could come fight with us.
Maybe
like 4 of them. Yeah. 4 that really could help out.
Yeah, one could fight the army. Go take care of this whole astral sea thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of feeling like Hawkeye with the bow right now.
Like,
I don't
if
know
you
about
had-
you guys.
Yeah.
like
Like if you had one of those that was like near the city somewhere, like really wanted to protect it or something, that'd be really useful.
If only.
If only.
If only.
I mean, I don't know what to do, guys. And just make sure you don't get that statue wet. I forgot about that. Like,
What?
remember water submerging the prism?
What?
All right. So do not take it into the sea with us.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
That-
Well, the astral sea isn't really water.
is it? It sounds like water. It's a sea.
I mean, it's different. It's hard to describe. You'd have to.
Well, I have seen it. It's
yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's like stars. It's like stars.
Yeah, it's not like ocean here.
No, but you like float up when you go in it.
All right. So are we going to the astral sea or no? Let's just start there. Let's keep it simple. Yes or no questions. Are we going to the astral sea?
Not tonight.
Okay, good. That is off the list. As far as tonight, are we going to stay here in the city?
That's a good idea.
But don't we need to find out what happens
Well, I mean,
when we don't show up?
I think we know what happens.
What?
They march their army into the city and destroy everything and take it.
They can't do that immediately.
I mean, the guy stopped time from moving forward. So he
Yes, we should not go to the graveyard, I would think.
He is quite powerful. Efilas nods.
But again, we're just going to run and wait for our brains to stop working. I mean, we need to make progress on this thing.
We need to know why they want the statue so badly.
So can we study it and learn?
I understand we probably don't have time for that, but it would be helpful to know. Information is sometimes the way to fight.
Well, perhaps we... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Then the astral plane, the astral sea, time works different there.
Yes.
It does.
So if we went to the astral sea and studied it there,
There are many dangers in the astral sea, though, as he looks around as well.
Yeah.
Wigbin knows.
Just don't go into the forest. I mean, if we stay on the beach, it was fine. Right?
I mean, the only bad things happen in the forest, so...
I don't even remember what attacked. What, like, people just started disappearing, I feel like, in the forest.
Yeah. Plants, like the plant things came up.
Exploding mushrooms or something, or puffballs.
Yeah,
we were having a nice time up till then. I remember that.
It was
much.
pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah, until people started wandering into the forest.
I did not think that was going to happen. I thought something bad would happen, but not that like we'd get whisked away to somewhere horrible.
That was like the first encounter too. We didn't even get to like the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh, you're locked
That was
in
the
here.
easy encounter.
Can't find your way out. You're dying.
The Farron, do you have anything else? Like, I mean, you know this Lord Fraz is looking for it. I mean, you think it's? What, I mean, anything else you know that other than this staff, it might be part of?
His sole purpose is to get that staff. And then seek retribution against those that that broke it. And then lord over all the other demon lords in the abyss.
This happened how long ago?
Was the staff broken?
Yeah.
long ago.
So how does a demon lord compare to a god in like scariness? Which one's worse?
Yes.
It's on the demon lord and the god, I think.
And where you're facing them.
And who you are in comparison. So I think yes was the correct answer. We are nothing in comparison.
We cannot stand against him.
Well, so far we have a lot of ideas, and none of them very good.
What about the Gith? Are they just done? They're in their battle with the Illithid, are they? Where were they from? Which like Wigbit's still learning these as is Drew, learning all these realms and planes. They were from where exactly? They were from the Astral Sea, right? They like they're like, can we go to them? We kind of made friends with them.
And
We would have to find them again.
So this Astral Sea, I mean, there's like evil Shar god parts, but there's like the Gith parts too that aren't going to be as evil, right?
I mean, it's a realm. There are many things there. Not
But
all
like
of
the
them.
Abyss is all bad, right?
More or less.
Pretty much.
Mostly.
Unless you're a demon.
My people aren't bad.
Right. I mean, his village is not bad.
They're just being like tortured down there, up there, where I don't know.
They're
Over there.
All right, so we go to the Astral Sea. We try to find tallest mountain, or otherwise to find whatever it is you called them, Wigbit.
The towers or the Gith?
No, it's Gith, whatever a Gith is.
Yeah, they're interesting people. I almost can kind of communicate with them.
Second grade level. Second year level.
Oh no, this is like 2-year-old level, like knowledge of their language.
Got a few words there.
Yep.
Well, if that is our resolution, I'm not, and Wigbit, I don't think you are, and Kel, I'm not sure if you are, any shape to do that right now.
Well, how would we even get there? I mean, can you take us back?
I can.
How'd you get there in the first place?
I used one of those purple rings. That was like an accident.
That was, I would do it a different way this time. I did not know that was going to happen that time.
It's an experiment.
And it went horribly right.
Yeah. Really worked.
No, but yeah, I mean, I need to sleep. It's been a long.
I thought the idea was we could not wait until dawn because of your elf.
Well, I mean, what's he going to do? Destroy the city immediately?
Probably. I mean, that's kind of what it sounded like.
No, he's not going to. No.
Why would he
He's
not?
not going to do that.
Why?
He can't.
I have a different question. You say he's very powerful, and he came and brought a very big brain. Why did he not just kill you all and take it
Right.
at that moment?
Exactly.
Why wait until he, go to the graveyard and bring it to me?
There's something else. He can't do it. He
wants
would
to
just taken it.
He wants to assert dominance. Wants to force us to give it to him.
There's something holding him back.
He is a powerful individual. I'm not sure he would be able to annihilate the city immediately. There's some strong opposition here. The tower that we came in, Alar, as much as I hate to say it, it would not fall as easily as many would.
So he goes sleep in the tower.
Maybe.
And that's the quickest way out, right?
I'm not saying, Kel, your suggestions are wrong. I'm just saying that I don't know if we're in any shape right now to
go back to the Astral Sea.
No, I don't. I don't think he could level a city in an instant, but he probably has other things to be doing, and if he can get the statue and be gone and not have to get in a protracted fight here, then that gives him, he can get back to what he's trying to do. But also, we probably don't want to get to a point where we're stuck here.
Yeah.
No, we're not stuck here.
So Efilas, how would you get us to the Astral Sea?
He just kind of smiles. Magic?
Oh, of course, but would we need to be in the tower?
No.
Oh.
Do you
I just didn't know if there would be a convenient place to hide for the night, get some rest, and disappear in the morning.
Well, I thought we were going to get to meet the king.
And Efilas nods his head and said, I will have to go speak to His Majesty, and you are welcome to come along.
Dale's eyes shine.
But you are, of course, welcome to see to your own ends if you would desire.
Oh, no, I think I will stick with you wherever you go.
Yeah,
But, I need, he looks at Bran and says, I need His Majesty to know that I've returned so that maybe Bran could be put to better use. No offense, Bran. Bran's like, no, none taken. This has been the most miserable month. So,
how long has it been?
It's been 5 weeks. 5 weeks and a day since you and I left the city.
All right, let's go to a palace.
So, yeah, so he gathers things up. Bran says, all right. And Efilas, are you sure you want to do this? And Bran goes, absolutely. And, he starts to walk out. So as you exit the building, does everybody go or does anybody go do something else?
I think I'm going to just go check out the city if that's all right with everyone. I don't really need to meet the king, I don't think.
Had enough royalty, have you?
How many kings can you really meet in a day, right?
Yeah, a prince was enough.
Yeah.
2 kings and a prince. Yeah.
Sure, you can fill me in on if I missed anything important.
And Efilas says, just tell the guards who you are when you return, and they'll recognize you, and you may name yourself a collector, because at this point it doesn't really matter.
I was handing this out like candy now. I said, okay. Doesn't mean anything anymore.
It used to mean something.
It used to mean something when the Baron got it.
Now everybody's a collector.
It's like that special title you get, but now everybody can buy it.
Oh yeah, but every time we get a collector, they just die. So it's so
So I should just go back to that room over there, the secret, the little door down there with the code word.
yes, Istia.
Istia. Yeah. Okay. Well, have fun with the king.
Oh,
Thanks.
of course.
Good luck in the city.
Thanks. I've never been here before. Take a look around.
It's a nice
See if you can
place.
figure out who the other army is.
Yeah, I might take a peek out that way if I get a chance.
So, all right. And so as Kel exits and y'all head to the castle, we'll close the curtain on the episode tonight. And we'll pick up next time with a chat with the king.
Chat with the king. And there's
Nice.
our episode title. Easy.
There it is. See,
Look at that.
I was going to say. There we go.
Already
Maybe
have.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next Sunday with more D&D. Yes? No?
I don't know who you're looking at. I am for it.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
All right. So yeah, tune in again next Sunday, and we'll be talking to the king, and then the city probably will get destroyed.
Maybe.
What?
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'll be good. All right. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. And we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.
Night.
Yeah.